All right, you guys, we are starting on Unit 5, Chapter 15, Food and Agriculture. All right, I got my 3 colors. I'm hoping you do too. Okay, so what are the problems surrounding feeding the world? Okay, what is famine? Famine is widespread starvation from the shortage of food, right? Malnutrition is a condition when people do not get enough calories or nutrients from eating a variety of foods that meets the body's needs. Okay, an example would be an amino acid deficiency or a vitamin deficiency. Okay, let's review a little bit. Because why is amino acid important? All right, what do carbs do for us? Woo, right? See if we remember this. Carbs, they have a short name, right? So they are short-term energy storage. Woo, woo, I love it. Lipids, LLL. If carbs is short-term, then lipids are, yes, long-term energy storage. Perfect. And what do proteins do? Proteins are our workers, right? And what makes up proteins? These guys right here. So follow the alphabet. Amino acids make up polypeptides. And if we never talked about polypeptides, don't worry about it. Just exposure, right? Just getting you ready for bio. No worries. Amino acids make up polypeptides, and polypeptides make up proteins. Look at that. Follow the alphabet. Amino acids, polypro. Okay? Excellent. I'm going to erase this. My erasers. I'll leave that down there so you guys have a chance to catch up to me. Okay. I'm going to switch to this for a second. I'm looking on the back at my macromolecules chart. Let's do a quick check real quick. All right. So, carbohydrates. What makes up carbohydrates? That's our sugars, right? Our sugars. Great example of that would be glucose. And what is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6, right? That's your wheat, your corn, your rice. 4 calories per gram, all right? Functions, the main source of the body's energy. You need carbs. You just got to be careful of how much carbs you're taking in, depending on how much energy you're actually using, right? If you're sitting at home not doing much, watch the carb intake, okay? Lipids, oils, your fats, your fatty acids, your fatty alcohols, your olives, your nuts, your animal fats, okay? This helps form membranes, like your cell membranes. Ooh, look at that. Look at all those bonds you'd have to break in order to break down fat. Every single one of those lines has to be broken in order to break down fat. Boom, 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 boom. That's why it's so hard to lose weight, because you got to break it down every single one of those bonds, right? Carbs, well, you still have quite a bit to break down, but not so much. Not compared to that. That's got way more lines. Those bonds are going to be a lot harder to break than these. Okay? Proteins. They're made up of amino acids. That's your animal food in small amounts from plants. They help build and maintain all body structures. Because remember, they do everything. And this is what they're going to have. They're going to have this structure right here, that nitrogen with 2 hydrogens, and then this main structure right here, a carbon these two lines right here means it's a double bond. That's all that means. It's bonded to that oxygen twice. That one carbon is bonded to the oxygen twice. And then it's also bonded to an oxygen and a hydrogen right here. That's called a hydroxide, right? Remember pH? 1/2 is hydrogen, 1/2 is hydroxide, OH. So that when you have H plus an OH, you put them together, H2O, you get water. That's all that is, okay? So that's hydroxide. So no worries. Cool, cool, cool? No biggie? That's our macromolecules. That's just 3 of them. In bio, you'll learn about the 4th one. But right now, 3 is plenty for us. Okay? If you really want to know the 4th one, it's nucleic acid, right? Okay. Let's switch back to the sheet of notes. I'm actually going to have to pause for right now, and I'll come back to this later, guys. Well, I'm going to see if I can finish. It's just because I have a meeting, but I'm going to see if I can finish. Okay, so diet. That's the amount of kinds of food that you eat. That's your diet. A good one is going to have enough calories with a balance of the right nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. In most parts of the world, people eat a diet that is going to be high in carbohydrates. The biggest crop being grains. That's your biggest crop, right? In more developed countries, people are going to eat more proteins and lipids or fats. Poverty plays a huge role, unfortunately, in malnutrition. I'm going to change my color. Okay, food efficiency. How much food can be produced on a given amount of land with limited inputs of energy and resources? I'm going to erase and I'm going to move the paper up, okay? Ideal food crops efficiently produce large amounts of food. Oh, that one's fine on me. With little impact on the environment, right? Plant foods require less land, energy, and water, because remember, we're limited in how much water we can produce, right? We only have 1% of liquid water, fresh water. Same number of calories from meat, which is why most diets in the world are plant-based. Currently, people are trying to improve food production by studying plants and organisms that have a high yield. Yield is the amount of food that can be produced in a given land, given area. World food problems, malnourishment because of unequal distribution of food. This can be due to war. It could be due to poverty and political strife. That means political fighting. Can disrupt food distribution, so people don't get enough to eat. The production is okay. We're producing enough food, but the people don't get it. They can't get to it. Okay? A drought can decrease crop yields because we don't have enough water for the crop. And it can leave no seeds for the next year. This can cause famine where food is grown locally. So we started what's called the Green Revolution. And the Green Revolution is where we're using new crop varieties and applying modern agriculture to increase the yield, to increase how much food is produced. All right, if you guys are okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase. Green crop modern increase. You know you've got access to everything, couple document, right? The upside to the Green Revolution is that it's going to feed more people. The downside is that the crop varieties and the methods required use a lot of fertilizer. So we have less crop varieties, right? But we're using a lot of fertilizers, a lot of pesticides, and irrigation, which causes soil degradation. It also is putting out farmers who can't afford the machinery. All right? So there's a backlash to it, unfortunately. All right, and I want to finish looking at 2 more graphs on the PowerPoint slide. And then we'll be done with 15. I want you to notice on this graph that the #1 grain producer is corn. Not wheat, not rice, but corn worldwide. The #1 producer of grain, I can't talk, I'm sorry guys, is corn. And the #1 producer of protein is fish. Not beef, not pork, not chicken. Poultry would be chicken or turkey or anything like that. But it's actually fish. Okay? Those are important to know. One more, and I'll leave you alone. We'll be all done. So, this is how much grain we've got produced per person, right? This is our grain production overall. We are producing more food. The problem is, because the human population is growing up so fast, we don't have as much food per person. So we're still producing a lot of food, we're just not producing enough food to keep up with the amount of people, the increase in the human population. That make sense? So if you have 10 bags of food per person, right? And you have 10 people, then you have 1 bag per person. But if all of a sudden you have 20 people, now you only have half a bag per person. That's the problem. We're still producing a lot of food. We're just not producing as much food per person because the amount of people we have on the planet is going up. That's what's scary. All right? Okay, guys, we're done with 15.